afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Josh Guillory Show. I am your grateful host. And in studio with me, my main man, Jamie Angel.
What is happening?
What?
It'll be a fun show today.
Oh, it's going to be a fun show today.
It'll be feisty.
Oh, it's going to be truth. We're bringing some truth today now. Bringing some truth. All right, we are broadcasting live from the Beal and Abear studios right here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Beal and Abear, your hometown lawyers. I was talking to Lance earlier today. Great guy, great firm, great teammates, all good folks over there. We certainly appreciate you. All right, we're also broadcasting live on the Rumbles, rumble.com.
Oh, Rumbles, come on now.
Well, they say the Googles.
You say the Googles. Old ass.
I think I got that from Burn. Feel the burn with Bernie. All right, the other Bernie. Anyway, we are broadcasting live from rumble.com. Just go on rumble.com. It's free. You look up the Josh Guillory Show. You can see us. Just give us a little follow. It's for free. All right. And if you are on Rumble, did we fix the whatever it is, the thumbnail? No?
Just a little late once we started. But
I didn't know. All right. So
we got the good title in.
what I'm saying is, do I need to give my disclaimer because we had something? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, give your disclaimer.
All right. So we had all these topics to talk about. I don't know if we're going to get to all of them because every once in a while, I believe that the local community and communities across our great country deserve truth. And whenever we see a little evil, whenever we see some lies, I'm just going to start calling truth. Hey, I was quiet for about a year and a half. I was playing nice, minding my own business, paying my taxes, having fun with the folks. I need Monique Blanco-Boulay and the Current and the Advocate to realize something. I'm not in office and I'm not a candidate. You can't blame your problems all on me, especially when you have $100 million more a year than I had.
You are living rent-free in their heads.
I mean, my goodness. I ain't running again. I'm not. I don't have a campaign going.
You sure?
Yeah, but you would swear. They talk about me all the time. What? And lies. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. All right, so this is a good one right here, man. This is, oh my gosh, you are going to really get a kick out of this. All right, I don't know if you remember, a few weeks ago we talked about the legislative auditor. The Louisiana Legislative Auditor. The Louisiana Legislative Auditor, where do we begin? Is a political hack job. The fact that we pay them, it is a huge office. The fact that we pay them salaries out of tax dollars is mind-boggling. You may not have ever heard of the Louisiana Legislative Auditor. That's because he reeks of the ilk from the Blancos and the Edwards and things like that. That is their game. You probably can add a few more.
You always hear about him during
that's true.
Campaign season. Usually really right before an election, he likes to drop some stuff and do some stuff.
He is good at that, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
So he's either politically operating on the offensive like Jamie said, or he will be either played or be part of the player to create smoke screens. Now, that's what he's doing in Lafayette, Louisiana right now. Smoke screens for the Blanco Mafia. Smoke screens to cover the wasteful spending. Hey, if you wasted $100 million, it'll be $150 million after this very conservative Republican who's the mayor president, $150 million more than we had.
Wait, did you say conservative?
Well, she said she's the most conservative. She said she was the most conservative in the race.
Bruh.
Hey, man.
Most conservative.
I guess when you don't have
maybe most conservative dressing. Most conservative.
Jamie.
I don't know.
Stick it to the fact.
With her grocery budget, I don't know.
She ain't conservative with this budget. All right, so $150 million. Hey, if you spent $150 million more than the last guy, yeah, I'd be looking for smoke screens too, I guess. And you have nothing to prove for it. All you did was grow government and pay your partners. You hired back all the jobs that were wasteful that we cut or we froze. You just brought them on back because that's what the partners needed. Got to get them on that dough. And look, very easy to run those machines because you have operatives like the Current and the Advocate because they made a partnership now. And I have nothing against the Current. I really don't. But don't call yourself journalists. Just call yourselves who you are, a left-wing ideological blog. You're online. All you do is hit pieces on conservatives. You don't do anything. I mean, you claim yourself. This is what I'm saying. The Current claims itself to be a watchdog of government. Where were you last year in the budget? $52 million more she spent than we did. This year, what is it, 50-something million more than last year? So $100 million. So by the time this budget's done, if she doesn't do budget amendments, which I'm sure she will, $150 million in 2 years, Monique Blanco-Boulay, the Republican she is, will have spent $150 million more than the Guillory administration. Yeah, I'd take all the smoke screens I can get from my partners at the Current. They got a million reasons why. They got a million reasons to write.
Well, when your husband gets some contracts and some other stuff, I mean, come on now.
What's the history of that?
Well,
now we're talking about Leslie Turk. Leslie Turk writes for the Current. Leslie Turk's husband is who?
Kirby Payco.
Kirby Payco. Okay, cool. Now what happened now?
Well, let's see. They had a contract to build an amphitheater at Hyman Park.
When they get that contract?
Before you were even elected.
Oh,
way
wow.
before.
Interesting.
So those few years before that, the whole
and it wasn't built.
No,
it wasn't built before I got
think they
in.
completed one set of drawings that were absolutely ridiculous because it was an 1,800-seat amphitheater with 80 parking spots.
Oh, that makes sense.
I mean, you're making that kind of money. How about you do it?
So what ended up having that contract?
You canceled it.
Well, my administration did. Yeah,
your administration did.
All right. Before what? Lack of production? Lack of work?
Because
years of not doing anything. Okay, cool. Sounds good.
And if you saw the drawings, they look like a child did them.
Hey, I'm not an architect, but so they had 500,000 reasons to write bad stories about Josh Guillory.
Yeah,
they had about 500,000 reasons Leslie Turk had to go write about investigations, about corruption. He's corrupt. He corrupt. That's a word. But when Monique's under oath and says he's not corrupt, that didn't hit the Current. That part didn't hit the Current.
I just got to know, in that contract for that amphitheater, was there not a time frame built into it?
You would hope.
Don't you usually have a time?
I remember the contracts that we did going forward. My directive was, hey, put a timeline. Because it's not fair to the folks just to fund these endless projects that never get done. It just doesn't make sense. And by the way, I couldn't recognize Kirby Payco if he walked right in front of me. I wasn't involved in professional services by design. I didn't want to play politics. I didn't want to do all that crap. It makes me disgusted, quite frankly, and this is why. Reasons why this little contract. Now, did he ever get a contract back?
He has a contract currently.
So the contract that was canceled for him not performing, LCG under Blanco-Boulay says, oh, I think Leslie Turk's husband deserves another chance. Let's give him hundreds of thousands of dollars. Sounds great.
Y'all need to go back and look at how much he was already paying,
Man,
what he's already done, and is this a new? Are they going to start over?
So I'm just saying, when you read don't read the Current, but if you read you can read the Current, but just understand what you're reading. You're not reading journalism, and you're not reading a watchdog. You're watching a puppet. You're watching the mouthpiece of the elites that got us in the hellhole that we inherited and the hellhole that we're getting back into in Lafayette. It's a small group. But for whatever reason, they got donors and sponsors, and that's fine. I mean, I'm sure. I was going to go somewhere. All right, we'll finish this topic. No, we'll keep talking about it when we get back. Bring some more truth. We got way more truth than what we talked about. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the Beal and Bear Studios, your hometown lawyers right here in Acadiana. Give those guys a call, man. They'll take care of you. And also, we're broadcasting live on Rumble. And if you're on Rumble, you can see that this gentleman across from me has some really good taste and style. Let's see here. You see all this? Look at all this. Look at this. To the T, baby. Shoes.
Our uniform.
We have a uniform today. Second time
in
that
6 years.
In 6 years that this has happened. So anyway, all right. So we were talking about some local stuff. Got to bring some truth, guys. I'm gonna be committed to that. When I see look, I was quiet. I kept my mouth shut. Wanted everybody to move on and wish this new mayor president well. Still pray for. Ask that you do. Just moving on. But they, like Democrats do, they blame all their problems on the previous guy. That's a Republican for sure. All right, but that's what we do. We have a Democrat as a mayor president. Anybody disagree? I don't care what she's registered. She switched right before the election. But don't worry, Jamie. She's going to the RPEC meetings every once in a while. She's going to get that endorsement.
How come she don't go to the fleur-de-lis and the ARW?
Because they don't endorse. She can't. She's a blanco. She can't get anything out of it. If she can't get anything out of it, she's not going to do it.
Oh, so just ignore your base.
Her base has blue hair and they're hugging a tree somewhere protesting for Palestine.
Her alleged base.
Gosh. Yeah. What is it? I hate Guillory's bad. That's her base. Guillory sucks no matter what. All right. So we were talking about the communications wing of Lafayette Consolidated Government right now, which is the Current and the Advocate. You got a few other guys that are kind of asleep at the wheel, but they're not malicious like these two, you know. But you can be that way. I mean, Leslie Turk. I mean, by all means, Christian, my boy, I like him. Jeff Daly, man, I'm rooting for you, brother. You're gonna find some facts and put them together one day. But I mean, broken clock's right twice a day. He's got to be right sometimes.
Well, I can't wait till we jump into his response.
I don't even. Jamie prints out this response like 2 minutes before the show, and he's saying, "Hey, Jeff Daly's saying, so you want to talk?" I'm like, just read it to me. I've never read it, but that's later. That might be hour 2. Look, let's go into this. So we were talking how the Current, and I'm telling you, this is the Democrat National Playbook. This is a Blanco, Edwin Edwards, John Bell Edwards type playbook. But here we go. So now the LLA, the Legislative Auditor, sounds important. Go look at his history. Go look at the budget there, and go look what they actually do or don't do. Now, everybody should be all in with audits. I am 100% in with fair, objective audits with no politics. Who can disagree with that? Who can disagree with that? But auditors shouldn't be donating to candidates. Auditors shouldn't be. Hey, the auditor donated to my campaign. I accepted all legal, lawful, and ethical donations that weren't Planned Parenthood or any other baby-killing operation. So, regardless. But this is not an audit. These are politics. And the Louisiana Legislative Auditor is paid by us, by the way, which is crazy, all right? They don't even do the job. They hire other auditors to do it for them. In this case, Lafayette Consolidated Government has an audit, all right? So that auditor, who is our current auditor for Lafayette Consolidated Government, big on deconsolidation, big on it, will oppose anybody that wants to keep the family together. Well, I saw the book. I was once a big supporter of deconsolidation until I saw the books. I mean, numbers don't lie. Objectiveness is objectiveness. And then I saw the city's better consolidated. The parish is better consolidated. Municipalities win consolidation. Unincorporated area could do better under this plan, but that's okay. Hopefully look at our recommendations we gave them. But the Louisiana Legislative Auditor has their own audit go out there. This auditor disagrees with the policies of the previous administration and loves the policies of this current administration. And conveniently, see, the election was in 2023. When all that spoil bank political stuff come up? Jamie?
The 22, 23?
Yeah, something like that. But when did they start all their stuff? 2022?
Oh, I mean, they started all that.
Well, that was day one, but
Yeah, day one.
So 2022, the legislative auditor. Okay, listen to this. Now, one of those days, 2022, 2023. I think it was 2022.
That's what I was
The
trying to look at.
campaign had just started. The campaign had just started for re-election, and then all of a sudden, well, our auditors, by the way, I'm sorry, our auditors, our local auditors who works through the Louisiana legislative auditor, made these findings on the spoil banks and said all these things. And of course, they work with the Current and the Advocate, and they get all these bad headlines. And the Advertiser, they had to write them too, so they tagged along. All these things, clearly not true, guys. Clearly, everything they said, not true. Hello, just saying. Neither one of us would be here if an ounce of all that corruption and illegal activity was true. I would not have been endorsed by every chief of police in this parish. I would not have been endorsed by the sheriff. I would have not have been endorsed by the district attorney, and on and on and on. If an ounce of what the Current was reporting was true, or does Leslie Turk know more than the sheriff? Does Christian Mader or Jeff Daly, do they know more than all the chiefs of police and the district attorney?
Well, they know more than the FBI, apparently.
They do that. I'd be really upset if I was them. The Blanco machine used them in their advertisements and stuff. Well, they didn't do it directly because they know how to cut their fingerprints off. I'd be upset if I was the FBI, getting played like that. Not played. They didn't ask to be played. I don't know. I'm not speaking for them. And by all means, y'all know how I feel. I think the FBI is not warranted under the Constitution. But I ain't out to hurt nobody either. You know, I'm just saying I would be upset if I were them, looking at how much that agency was used in a lie. Yeah. I'd be upset, but they can't control it. I mean, they're not the.
Well, they could. I mean,
how?
They
how?
could just be like, hey, there's no there.
They don't do that.
I know they don't do that.
Listen, but that's what the Democrats know, and that's what these rhinos and the Blancos knew that. All they had to do was get the media to run headlines like the Current, to be their little puppet. Okay, boom, here you go. Put out the headlines. That show plants a seed of doubt. Oh my goodness! And the rumors. Then Monique's husband goes around all these businesses for about a year, whisper campaign, telling them it's not if Josh gets arrested, it's when, and he's not even going to make the election, and all the things and all the things and all the things.
Let's try it, see if it works. I heard the FBI.
Oh God, no, we don't think to all
we
that.
We don't do that.
No. So what they do is they plant a seed, and then of course, like clockwork, Leslie Turk or somebody at the Current or Claire Taylor, if she's got to move a few cats, and then I love cats. I'm just saying. But they called the FBI, and of course, I can neither confirm nor deny. Go call them on your neighbor. They're going to tell you the same thing. Go call them on the janitor or the CEO or anybody. I can neither confirm or deny. I mean, of course. Well, it's so smart. But this go ahead.
No, I was going to say, why isn't the Louisiana legislative auditor, auditing also the House of Representatives related to this project?
We'll get there.
The Lafayette City, all the people, commission.
So let's talk. Yeah, well, let's talk about that. So the spoil banks.
We should take a break first before you get into
Gosh, I was about to get into the.
I know,
into
but
it.
I'm gonna have to cut you
All right,
off.
guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the Beal and Bear Studios right here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live on rumble.com. And guys, my favorite part of the whole show, our phone lines are open 232-1542 outside the Acadiana area. And by the way, all this stuff could happen to you too, my dear friends outside of Louisiana. But you could call us too, 844-766-6607. Love when we get those calls too. All right, let's go to Mr. Bobby. Mr. Bobby, what you got today, my friend?
Well, LT, I was thinking about what you said. You had the two most powerful politicians backing you up, the sheriff and, of course, Landry, but she's over three parishes, Lafayette, May, and Acadia.
Yeah.
So how could you go wrong
Yeah.
Well, they win.
with them backing you up?
It's either laziness on wording or but Bobby, Mr. Bobby, they don't care. Like what we're about to tell you about the Louisiana legislative auditor, I'm about to break something on the current. Okay, I'm gonna read you a message between a
Yeah, who's the auditor anyway? That's a goof off. What's his name?
What's his name?
Oh gosh,
I don't even know.
I don't remember.
I just know what the position has done. I just know what this breeds and the sickness that we keep paying these guys, and the legislature knows. But we're going to talk about he forgot to audit a few folks.
But you said he made donations to certain people, so I could fit too.
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly. Huh? Yeah, convenient. Hey, thanks, Mr. Bobby.
Yeah, I'm Ray Charles.
Bobby. Love it. So the Louisiana legislative auditor, good at dropping little bombshells right before an election, or being used like they're doing it right now in Lafayette. It's actually brilliant play. He's now going to do a smoke screen. Okay, so the Louisiana legislative auditor, right when all the local auditor. All right, back to auditing. The local auditors are hired or appointed by the legislative auditor. Got it. So they do the actual auditing. Well, our auditors who have very much political disagreements with the previous administration, we liked consolidation because we saw numbers and we can add and subtract. Okay, but whatever. And even if you disagree, great, man. There's a lot of good people that support deconsolidation. I got it. It's just a difference of opinion. Big deal. But you shouldn't let that bleed over into your professionalism. You shouldn't let that affect your objectivity. It should. Well, anyway, it did. So they made several findings on the spoil banks and the current. It's an audit, guys. It's an audit. All right. And the current and the advocate, advertising, all these folks run around like it's all the everybody at LCG was criminals. We're all criminals on a drainage project. All of them, especially Guillory. Mm-hmm. Like this is crazy. So he makes these audit findings. All right. Well. Can we pull up the date that I want you to look up if you can? I don't know if Jamie can. If you can pull up, it's open at a council meeting. The legal department had about 7 lawyers, some of the best in the state on this legal issue with the spoil banks or whatever, the regulatory, whatever it is. Okay. Many of them are still hired by Monique. Why? Because they're good lawyers, and they should keep them on there. But look at these same lawyers that Monique kept on, that argued vigorously against the legislative auditor. You had one lawyer described it, one that's still working for Monique, I believe. I'm paraphrasing, but he described it something like, we got an accountant trying to do legal work who's trying to pretend to be an engineer. And that guy who said, I want you to go read. I don't want to, I'll leave names out, but it is an attorney and it's on open record. It's all in the council meetings. But yeah, if we can find it, but they totally just truth. Okay. Didn't want to have anything. Didn't want to hear it. Didn't change their findings, even though clearly they showed it to them. Whatever. We know that was a political move. Got it. Oh, but the Blancos, they got some strings. The elites got some strings too. So they get the Louisiana legislative auditor involved. So the Louisiana legislative auditor comes in. And the city council. The city council votes to spend $100,000, baby. Even though I offered them an audit, Jamie walked in there with thousands of pages of documents.
3,680
Say,
something or something.
here
like
is everything. By the way, y'all approved the project. Here's everything. Go through it. Here it is. Here's the whatever. You got all the reports. Oh, no, we got to get the headlines. So 100,000. What happened? They spent 50-something thousand of it, realized nothing was there, and then said, oh, but the auditor's investigating. It's not an investigation. It's an audit. You can call it whatever you want. It's an audit. All right? But whatever. Whatever. Okay? Well, then LCG's under investigation every year. If what they did was an investigation, then Monique's under investigation right now. Everybody's under investigation. If that's the standard, everyone's under investigation. Go run your headline. I'm sure they will, right? Nope. Okay. So we keep on. Now the Louisiana Legislative Auditor, out of the blue, magically just shows up at LCG. Well, his investigator shows up in LCG. We didn't know what was going on. So what do? Hey, man, I got a government to run, but I'm going to tell you what. You got the keys to the kingdom. You look at whatever you want, baby. Here's our CFO, walk right down there. Our CAO walked him down, said, we'll put up an office for you. You do whatever you want because we don't have anything to hide. Now, those are supposed to be confidential meetings.
Wait, he just showed up?
Yeah, he just rolled up, didn't make an appointment or anything.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, just rolled on up. But we made time for him, gave him a few. But no, it's so arrogant. It's so arrogant. It's disgusting the way that they think they are so low, so little, but yet they think they walk on water. Seriously. But it's supposed to be a confidential meeting. That's what he said, at least. That's what the investigator said. We could care less. I would have put a camera in my office if y'all would have let me. I don't care. I didn't care. All right. But before he left the LCG parking lot, the Current ran a story saying the Louisiana Legislative Auditor is investigating Guillory and Lafayette Consolidated Government. You can't make this up. Go back and look at the headlines. But it is normal for the Louisiana Legislative Auditor. It is normal for the LLA to leak things and to use the media. It is normal for them to be political. They should be eliminated from the state's budget. We should have an objective, independent auditor that audits all local governments and all the state government, the universities and everything, absent of politics, should be banned from being political, should be banned from donating, should be banned from being associated with anybody political. That's what we should have, but we have the complete opposite. Why? Because we're Louisiana. Because we still want to be like Huey P. Long. We still want to be like John Bell Edwards and Edwin Edwards. And the Blancos, probably one of the most dirty political operative that we've seen. All silent assassins. Silent, patient, whispering. Zero ethics, 100% evil on that. All right, so legislative auditor comes in and conveniently drops in, and then all of a sudden leaks it. Well, let's fast forward, okay? Let's fast forward to 3 years later. 4 years, 3 years. 3 years later. 3 years later, after the auditor found his findings, the lawyers tore them up. Oh, well, they didn't change it, but that was the finding, so you keep them there. But the Louisiana Legislative Auditor comes in, and all of a sudden, let's pause there. Monique, 3 years later, drops her budget. Last year, $50 million more than the Guillory administration. This year, $100 million more than the Guillory administration. That's $150 million more than what we had since we left office. What did you do? Projects? Oh, no. You just grew government and paid your partners. Got it. In her budget, look what she does, though. The smoke screen starts. She drops her budget. See, she got away with the first budget. The current, the big watchdogs, they didn't report anything on her deficit spending. Didn't report anything on that. Didn't report anything that she's spending $52 million on what? On what? Panhandling? Like probably bringing them in. So she drops all that. Okay, she drops all that in the public, and then the smoke screen begins. Then what's the first thing they do? Oh, we're still right sizing. We're still using ARPA. We're still using one-time. It's because the Guillory administration used ARPA. Guys, we've dispelled that so much. ARPA was 4 years ago. It was one-time money we used on capital projects, one-time expenditures. It's public knowledge. The current, please, Fund 650 and Fund 651. Monique, that is the budget fund items of ARPA, if you want to go refresh your memory. It's public record, by the way. The public can go look at it, too. It's the budget. It's the budget. All right. Again, smoke screen happens, though. What's the first smoke screen? Well, let's blame Guillory again. Let's lie. And then the CFO, $206,000 salary, a paid professional, lies on the budget message. That is a blatant lie. Blatant lie. Smoke screens still come, though, guys. The LLA. Oh, this is where it's going to get good. I'm going to read you something after the break, but before the break. So the LLA, more than 3 years later, magically, after Monique drops her big liberal, big government, big spending Democrat budget, what do? We do another findings release. We drop a memo. 3 years later, and guess what? Because this is about to drop. This is about to drop. The Louisiana Legislative Auditor is about to drop a report on the spoil banks. It's this, guys. It's the same. I can't make this. I can't believe I have to say this. It's the same findings that the last auditor found. There's nothing new in it except a whole bunch of politics. Wait till we get back. I'm gonna read you some stuff. Woo, boy. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. All our listeners on hold, I'm sorry, I've been on a tangent. I appreciate you. I'm going to finish one little point, then I'm coming straight to the phones. We may even keep them up the next half. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. All right, so real quick. So you're here first. I guess this is breaking news. I really didn't think it was anything. I mean, when you give me something that doesn't say anything new, is that really breaking news? But this is part of the smoke screen. So Monique Blanco-Boulay drops her budget. All right, spends $100 million more than the Guillory administration this year. Spent $50 million more than the Guillory administration last year. Like a true Republican, right? Good conservative fiscal responsibility. $150 million, nothing to show for it except partners being paid, NGOs getting the royal treatment, and paying your partners, growing that government, grow the government. Anyway, then the smoke screens start. Oh, the current. Immediately after Monique drops her budget, what did the current do? Glowing reviews blaming the Guillory administration for ARPA one-time federal dollars. What? Then you made the point. Then you should have $86 million more if we used it. If you're using the money, you should have it more. See that 80. So I say $707 million was our last budget. It actually it was, but that's not even a true representation because we did have ARPA dollars in there. So really, we were operating with less, if you think about it. But regardless, any appropriations we did, it wasn't to grow government. It wasn't to sustain government. Remember, Monique, in the current, in the advocate, we kept Lafayette open. Okay, I know your chief of staff worked for GOSEP, and I know GOSEP was trying, at the time under Bell Edwards, was trying to mask our children with 20 masks and lock down everybody and give government control. But in Lafayette, you see, we trusted the people. You see, we were proactive, but we trusted the folks more than the elites. Our economy paid for it in a good way, and we hand you this wonderful economy. $150 million more than we had in 2 years. That means probably no telling what. And what did you do? Grew government. Like a Democrat does. Added their partners. Man. But the smoke screens happen. Now, 3 years later, the Louisiana Legislative Auditor drops his findings, his memo. Oh my gosh. It says nothing. Oh, but here's the deal, though. The Louisiana Legislative Auditor, why am I talking about it? Well, because it has been leaked, everybody, and the Current is about to report on it. And I'm going to read you a message. This is between me and Leslie Turk, okay? This is Leslie Turk. She reached out to me. Mind you, she called me on my phone, okay? That'll be relevant here in a little bit. So I said, sorry I missed your call. Hope all is well. I'm about to go on air. What can I help you with? Now, this lady has called me every name under the bus, accused me of crimes, accused my poor wife of crimes, stalked me at my house. Just weird, okay? But anyway, she says, I texted you at my old LCG number. Is that still a good number? She's lying. She texted me about, what, a couple months? Let me see. When's the last text? Let me see. Look at, November 15th. So it wasn't a couple months. It was, so on this phone. And she had just called me on the phone. So don't give me that. Then she sends a next text message. I was able, now this is Leslie Turk, a opinionated writer for a blog. I was able to get a look at the LLA report. Whoa.
Congrats.
Special. Before anyone else? Wow. Were they selling tickets to it? She says, I was able to get a look at the LL report coming out soon and wanted to know if you'd like to comment on its conclusions about the Spoil Banks project. I tried calling but could not get through. Well, then you have my number. And then I replied back, the LLA leaked an official report? And then she replied, she replied, the LLA did not leak it. And I said, how did you see this report? And she said, I am not going to say how I saw it. Huh. Well, that's very transparent from the watchdog. I don't know. When I was in high school, bud, and when I'd write an essay for a teacher, they always made me put my sources, and it aggravated me. When I was in law school and still as a lawyer, Just, those whole citation things. Like, where'd you get this from? But hey, whatever. Hey, real good journalism, right? Good journal. I am not going to say how I saw it. We know how you saw it. The Blanco machine gave you. See, this is the deal. They dropped the report, the preliminary report. They sent it to the Blanco Boulay.
Mhm.
They sent it to me. They sent it to a few other people whose name it. It is the same findings. It's 100%, 100% public.
But they told you it's confidential.
I followed the rules, and it was stupid. I read that thing, and I drafted a reply probably in 30 minutes. It was silly. Oh, by the way, see my reply. We're going to post it. And, here's this. I said, did you see my reply? That's all the answers you need. And she replied back, I did not see your reply. That's how we know it was Monique or the legislative auditor that sent her that. They're all in bed together. It is all, and it's always been like that. It's always been like that. We went in there, we cleaned it up. Hope is still alive. All will be well. All right, guys, stick around. Hour number 2. I think we'll talk a little bit more spicy stuff. Maybe we'll bring some more truth. I think that'd be cool. Don't you have some kind of article I need to read or something? afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Josh Guillory Show. I remain your very grateful host, and in studio with me still, my main man, Jamie Angel.
Ooh, too hot to leave right now.
Bing, 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 bing.
Bing, bing, bang.
It's the second hour. The whole hour is the second hour. The whole entire hour is the second hour. All right, let's keep talking about the small banks.
Wait.
Whoa, what?
We're broadcasting
Oh,
live
sorry.
from the Beal and Abear studios, your hometown attorneys, your Acadiana lawyers.
Yes, call those guys. Also broadcasting on rumble.com. Go check us out.
That's right.
And you could see a guy across from me who has wonderful taste in wardrobe.
Look, we wear the same thing twice now in 6 years.
Yeah, but the thing is, I rarely wear this outfit and you rarely wear that outfit.
Well, it's
And
new.
yeah, that's true. That's what kind of dear.
We're
No-
brothers. That's how
Yeah, man,
works.
for reals. So but the last time we did it, the odds of that happening was very rare. Anyway,
No, you just need a ponytail. You'd be all set.
well,
Yeah,
don't hold your breath.
Yeah, I won't.
Man, I got to tell you though, these guys have been holding. We're gonna break protocol. Matt, what you got, my man?
Well, I want to say I like that. The whole second hour is a second hour. I appreciate that sarcasm. That was great. When y'all were talking about audits, real quick,
Yeah.
everybody audits.
Sure.
I audit myself. I
Yep.
audit my household, everything like that. It only becomes a negative and dirty word when it comes to politics. So if one pays 4 and 4 has to lobby 3 and 3 has to talk to 2 and then 2 has to go back to 1 and 1 goes right back to 3 again,
You know how that
now
works.
we're starting to get into something different.
That's right. We ain't even talking about audits.
Audit. That's why audits are there.
Exactly. Well said, Matt. Well said. I'm sorry to keep you on hold so long, too. We always appreciate when you call in, man. All right, let's see. Is this Justin?
Yep.
Justin, what you got, my man? Got background noise.
Hey, so I got 2 questions for you.
Yes, sir.
One, if there's no there on this small banks issue, why did St. Martin Parish sue Lafayette Parish over it?
Well, I have a lot of thoughts on that. It was probably like, if I want to be like real, like straight up real, it's probably because they felt like they had to do something. They probably felt, because I know those politicians and the council members, it's not their fault. It's not their fault. But their executive, I'm sorry, dropped the ball. There was communication for like, 2 years on that damn thing? 1 or 2 years, and back and forth and back and forth. Oh, by the way, Justin, check this out, man. Go look online, all right? How many people voted on the Spoil Banks project?
Let's see. May 13, 2021,
Yeah.
99 of the House members voted yes.
Okay.
6 were just not there. Lafayette
Wait,
City,
how many voted on that?
99.
So, and that was when?
May 13, 2021.
All right, so May in 2021, 99 legislators voted for the project. Anybody vote against it?
Nope.
No one voted against it. So, question to the public. Not elevating my voice at you, Justin, of course.
Justin got another question. Don't forget.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to come back to you on another question. 99 people, 99 legislators voted yes on the Spoil Bank project. That's at the state level. How come Louisiana legislative auditor didn't go after them? Just curious. Now, how many other people voted on that? Now, it was a public hearing, by the way.
City Council voted 5-0 in May of
Hold
21.
on. The city council, 5-0 voted for it. And they're part of Lafayette Consolidated Government. Well, I wonder why the Louisiana legislative auditor didn't audit them or make their findings on them. Or I wonder why the current or the advocate didn't write on that. Or did the current and the advocate say that 99 legislators voted yes in a public meeting? And by the way, it was a public meeting in the House committee, 2 House committees, open floor, 2 Senate committees, Senate. That's 6. Had to be signed into law by Governor John Bel Edwards. See, that might put a wrinkle in, and that might be why they weren't audited.
But it passed the Senate unanimously, by the way.
The Senate unanimously
38
voted
to
for
nothing
it.
on
Wow.
May 27, 2021.
Wow. So all these public officials, then it has to go through, so it goes to the governor's desk. He approves it. That's his administration too. Has to go through all the processes, all the things. Then it goes to bond commission. Jeff Landry was on it. The treasurer was on it.
I'll
These
make
people.
it easy for you.
Yeah.
Out of 204 people that it went before,
Yeah.
every single one of them said yes.
204 people from the local level to the state level approved this project, but the only person we want to go after in the media is the conservative Republican mayor president of Lafayette, when there's not an ounce of truth of the allegations that have been made against me and my family and my administration. What's your second question, Justin?
The second question is, you keep bringing up this CFO making $206,000. Who approved that dollar amount number? Because I recently got information that your administration is the one that increased it to that level.
Hey, who told you that?
I'm not going to say.
Oh, you and Leslie Turk, big time. Hey, look, man, you're good, brother. Tell me when you want to know. Tell me when you want to tell me your sources. I'll tell you mine, but I can answer the question just because it's an easy one. I don't have an issue with the salary. I have an issue with the professional that we pay with our tax dollars lying to the public. That is my problem. Okay, I pay for her, and if you live in Lafayette, you pay for her. It's okay to have different political views. That's perfectly fine. But we should expect honesty from our chief financial officer, who has a duty not just to this public, not just to the city and parish of Lafayette, the citizens, but to the institution. She has a professional license. Like, there comes weight with that. There comes duty with that. The departments are all relying on her analysis to make decisions. And to come out and blatantly lie to the public and say that they're still right-sizing government because of ARPA, because of federal dollars from the last administration, that's a blatant lie. And I'm paraphrasing. It's more egregious than what I just paraphrased. But that's kind of, I have a problem with that, but I don't have a problem with salary. Now, I proposed that the CFO, my administration, did an analysis or whatnot, because we want the best and the brightest. It came back at 198, okay? So I think we proposed a 198 salary, whatever it came out as. But we made a commitment. That would be the ceiling. We would not go, at the time, we weren't comfortable with going that high, and we could do that administratively, but that would have been the ceiling. So, but the councils fought us tooth and nail. Some of the same council members that fought tooth and nail just approved that 2 years in a row with this one. But look, man, whatever. You pay for what you get, but we're not getting for what we're paying for, guys. $206,000 for you to be lied to is not okay. All right, let's see here. Who we got?
Jerry.
Jerry, what you got, Jerry?
Hey, man, not too bad. A little hot out here.
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
got to turn the AC on.
Two things that are kind of related, but not the same topic. The one thing right now is the same topic. I don't know the legality of it. My opinion is that I don't know the facts of the legality of what happened in your administration or what was right or wrong. I don't know anything about that. But what I will comment on is that none of those projects actually helped. I could prove that.
What do you mean?
Secondly,
Which one?
But it's not
Which one?
important. None of them.
You don't think any?
No.
You don't think any
So-
drain? Hold on. You don't think any drainage projects help the community?
What I will tell you is that Lafayette has never not had an engineer. And every engineer has designed most of these drainage projects. So it was never just a guy at his house designing this. So there's always an engineer with a stamp. So there's always somebody that knows best. But we've always put ourselves in more trouble than the time before. So the legality is not my concern. The concern is that there's a lot of money and there's not a lot of benefit. And those things kind of pile up after a 5-year plan, and then it's full and it's useless. So it doesn't help in the long term, and you're still going to have subdivisions coming. So it's not going to help long term. It might have helped maybe if it could have an outfall, but it doesn't. So my point is with that is not the legality of it. It just doesn't come up to the $100 million, whatever the budget was. It's just not worth that kind of money. We could have just bought another parish with that money. I don't know. But my second thing is that if we want to,
The Small Banks project was $3.8 million.
Yeah, it was very cheap.
It was only $3.8
Yeah, very, very minimal.
Good. Well, that's not going to buy a parish. So my second thing is that I would ask is, would you rather me steal a couple $100,000 from you all at once, or $49,995 at a time?
I'm not getting
And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the school board.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
It doesn't matter in our parish what money is getting taken legally or illegally, because that was the anything over 50,000 has to have somebody okay it. So they just kept it under that threshold.
Oh, yeah,
It took
the
so long in
threshold
that
or whatever.
investigation.
Yeah. I
You
know.
know-
I know some people play those games.
I just know that we don't care so much about the legality of it. My opinion is that it's just not as beneficial as what we would perceive to be. And what you would ask me is that, well, how engineers said it's good. You could get 10 engineers and they could all make you a different model that comes up with the
Jerry, we're
conclusion
coming
that
up on
you
a
want.
break, man. We gotta
Oh.
let you go.
Hey, but look, great points. I'll address what Jerry's saying. Look, man, I love when Jerry calls. Love when Jerry calls, bringing up some good points. But he made 3 points that I wrote down real quick, and I'll try to address each one efficiently. Love when you call, guys. If you're on hold, we're coming right back to you. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. I was ready. Broadcasting live from the Beal and Abear Studios right here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Your hometown lawyers, man. Give those guys a call. You got some legal questions. You got questions on the law? Give those guys a call. No, really, good folks over there. Beal and Abear, very professional, very good advocates. It's a good word for it. Very good advocates. You know, to be a good advocate, you got to listen. You got to, you got to understand the needs and the wants of the client, and they do a good job at that. We had a great caller right before the break, and brought up some things. I know we were talking about something else on the break, but I do want to at least address it. So he mentioned, and I get the frustration, man. I pay taxes, and especially now, looking at how much waste is in the Lafayette Consolidated Government's budget. Like it's egregious. 100 million more than that's.
And to think that they have no money for new capital projects. Like, how
None.
do you not have, it's all recurring. We didn't have that 200 million in recurring expenses. Where'd it come from?
Every year, this is how we did the budget, at least in our administration. Every year, called a budget on the wall. Every year, we'd go in there and I'd say, how much more money we have this year than last year?
Giving Sidra PTSD.
Oh my, yeah, Sidra's listening, and if Lori's, anybody that they're probably having PTSD, like, oh man, the anal man's back. Oh gosh, the guy that's just, oh man, he won't let us wastefully spend. Anyway, every year I ask, hey, how much more money do we have? There were some years you do the recurring costs will, increase in time. Sure, no problem, but make it relative. Make it relative to everything else. Not $100 million more in 2 years. It's 150 total. 50 last year, 100 this year.
But nothing to show for it. Like
Nothing.
no major projects
Nothing.
other than that Bertrand.
And you won't see this from the government watchdog, the current.
How about that City Hall reno, though?
Hey, Northside folks, remember phase 2 of Brown Park? Remember when they said Guillory didn't know what he's talking about? He was just lying to y'all that there's no money available and that phase 2 would never happen, blah, blah, blah. All that was a plan. Monique had nothing to do with Buc-ee's. Nothing.
You actually met, had meetings with the dude.
And Mandy Mitchell did a good job. Mandy was my teammate over there at Leadham. So, but it's we hit it from two different sides. That's what you do when you work together. You try to do it. You try to work for a common goal to help the people, But all that was a design. The Louisiana Avenue extension, that didn't happen by itself. Louisiana Avenue extension, Brown Park, Buc-ee's. There was some drainage improvement in that area.
Oh, yeah, Top Golf as well, Dave
Oh,
and
yeah,
Buster's.
all the things. Yeah, they weren't coming. We just had to go and ask and find a way.
They had turned Lafayette down before.
But you would expect the Advocate and the Current and KATC and KLFY to report on that, right? No, only if a Blanco says it.
Oh, you had
A
nothing to do
Democrat.
with that, Josh. You
Yeah,
had nothing
nothing.
to do with that.
Nothing. But I don't care. It's this
Chime, Superior Grill.
Yeah, but it's all teamwork. That's all team efforts. I had it easy. I just set the culture. No, really. I just set the culture and held people accountable. That's what you do as a leader. All right, but the caller mentioned and I got his tone. He's just upset with government. He said, he doesn't mind with the legalities. Well, there was no illegalities. Hello. Clearly, none of us did anything illegal, nor would we ever. So egregious. But he is saying, but the projects, it's the amount that we spend, they don't help. Man, I hear you and I feel you, and I'm frustrated with government, but you cannot reasonably say the projects that we didn't help people. I mean, go ask those folks at was it Diamond Lakes? Diamond Head neighborhood.
Austin Village.
Austinville. Go ask all those guys. Go ask the guys on the river. Go ask the guys off of Cooley-Ildacon.
Derby Heights.
Derby Heights. I don't know if anybody voted for me there, but there was a ton of drainage work done in Derby. Yeah, go ask those guys. And the roads, probably more than 220, but we'll say it's safe. More than 210 miles of local roads were paved in our administration. That's crazy amount of roads. But to me, I felt like the people deserved it. And really, now that I've been out, I could have paid more.
When you said something,
now that I know, oh wait, that's wasteful too. Damn it, I should have caught that.
you said something earlier in one of the breaks in that you never promised to fix drainage. You can't just fix
no one
drainage.
can do
Drainage
that.
is dynamic. It
Mhm.
always changes, living,
Yeah.
breathing. You did promise to do everything you could to improve it.
Man, yeah.
and I will say that since 2022,
Mhm.
you could even go back further than that, but there have been maybe a handful of structures in Lafayette Parish that have
Yeah.
taken on water, and again, isolated events and pockets of heavy rainfall, but for the most part, people here have been protected.
Yeah, absolutely. And but here's the thing that can be misleading. But what you're seeing now is neglect to the drainage department. Last year, Monique Blanco-Boulay cut drainage. She did it again this year, I believe. She's not investing in it, that's for sure. But all these little flash flood events that we're seeing in Lafayette, that is conveyance. That means the water can't move anywhere because it's all clogged up. And you have to clean those things on a I know it's not sexy. I know it's not exciting. And every week I'd come on KPEL in the morning. I'd talk about all these projects that weren't really that exciting, but they're going to be important when you need them, you know? And the reason, and man, we handed her a rocking economy. But the reason why, it wasn't rocket science and it wasn't me, okay? It was just that we got government out the way and we did what government was supposed to do. Infrastructure, infrastructure, infrastructure. Keep us safe, protect us, and do everything you can to make free commerce reign. All right, let's go back to the phone lines.
Before that,
yes,
we got a couple of chats.
Yes, sir. Oh, Rumble's quiet.
Yeah, y'all chat us in Rumble. But Billy from Church Point says, Josh must be dropping the nuclear truth bombs today, eh? Got my land shaking. Good show, guys. Mr. Kinney says, I send my thank you to Josh and Jamie for bringing the truth out in the administration and showing all the lies that were fed to the public. Thank you so much for clearing this up, Mr. Kinney.
Thanks, Mr. Kinney.
And then keeping it real in Lafayette says, why would any current serving politician starting a new project with the instability created by the terrorist threats? That one's a little,
Can't.
A lot of typos I couldn't.
That's
understand.
okay. Well, try again, Messenger. Hey, thank you guys. And Mr. Kinney, always so nice. All right, we'll take a little break. We're going straight to the phones when we get back. Can't wait, guys. If you're on hold, we'll come right to you. Appreciate you. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. Thank you for tuning in. We are broadcasting live from the Bill and Hebert Studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Your hometown local attorneys, Bill and Hebert. Give those guys a buzz. Phone lines are open, 232-1542. You can also join us outside the Acadiana area, 844-766-66. There we go, 07. All right. If you saw my graphics, see, on Rumble, there you go.
Man.
Let's go to the phone lines. Warren, what you got, Warren? Talk to me, baby.
Man, my battery's about to die, man. I've been on the phone 45 minutes.
That's Jamie's fault.
I guess, yeah, I'm like, boy. You know, you're talking about a couple of things real important, and I can prove what I'm going to say. God strike me dead if what I'm going to say is a lie. You know, Kathleen Blanco, when she was running for office, my fishing partner, he's dead and gone, best guy in the world, I can take you to the building. He called me up and said, hey, she's going to be our next governor. I'm going to give her $3,000, and I'm going to get a state contract. You want in? Because he had the land.
Whew.
And I can take you to the building, Josh, and show you. And then another person came to me and said, look, vote for her. If we need something, we're going to get it. And they were connected to a lawyer here in town. I'm telling you, some crooked stuff. And I've been flying over that swamp since I was a kid. That water is stagnant, probably because they put that spall bank there. It needed to be removed so some fresh water could get in there. Thank you, Josh.
Thanks, Warren. Hey, and Warren, the Corps of Engineer agreed with you. We didn't even say that. We said about the public vote for it and all these different elected officials. Where's the Louisiana legislative auditor on that? Oh, the Louisiana legislative auditor would mean he'd have to audit his bosses, and that would require what we call integrity.
Hey, we got some comments on Rumble.
All right, Rumble.
Kill Switch.
I don't even see them.
Well, they're not in the chat. They're just actual comments.
Oh, go ahead.
Kill Switch says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Let me say, truth is the intent of the facts.
Ooh.
It takes longer for the truth to catch up with the lies because a lot of people believe anything without fact.
Dang.
And he says, don't take the LLA bait, Josh. And then he called you Sherlock Guillory.
Kill Switch. I see you out there on the social media stuff. Appreciate you. Appreciate the comment for sure. Let's see here. Let's go to Kevin from the motherland. What's up, Kevin?
Hey, man, I'm a long way from Lafayette, being out here in the middle of nowhere. But these two alleged media outlets and this woman, Mrs. Boulay, seem to have drugged you into something to try to cover up something for maybe a second run. Many people can't hear you because they don't listen to this station. At some point in time, if this continues, and I'm Josh Guillory, I'd call me a press conference and invite all of the media. Let her try to talk her way out of that.
I appreciate that, Kevin. And yeah, and I mean, I've considered that. I mean, there have been a lot of lies. I've just kept my mouth shut. I'm just, I just figured the community needed to, just move on. But I can't, if this would be any other mayor president, I would be all over this wasteful spending. If this would be any other mayor president, I would have called that out from the get-go. And, I just, all I'm coming with is truth. I wanted this person to succeed. I live here. I'm serious. We did everything we could in transition to make it right. Pray for and all the things. Still do. But man, we are being run into the ground, Kevin. Like our finances now are going to heck in a handbasket, man. In a handbasket. It's just horrible. But anyway, thanks, Kevin. Appreciate you. All right, we were going to go in. Oh, yeah. What's this Jeff Daly article? All he read me, guys, was the title. And I was like, wow, that sounds like him. But before, Jeff Daly works at The Current. All right, that is the left-leaning liberal mouthpiece of the Blanco machine. That's a blog. It's online. You can go check them out. They're online, whatever. But they're not journalists. We already told you Leslie Turk and her ties, and they got financial reasons to write favorably for Blanco, and they have apparently a lot of financial reasons to have written badly about me. Whatever, okay? Several members of there. Well, Jeff Daly is also this writer. Now, Jeff, here's the thing about Jeff. Jeff will tell you about 10 sentences, okay? The subjects and the predicates won't match. and there will be facts sprinkled in there, but the facts don't like connect. They're not really. It's like someone telling a story about an ocean, but they're really describing land. It's just they're a bunch of half truths. It's a lot of half truths, just enough to suggest, because that's what the rhinos do. Just enough. Well, the elites. This is the elite party. What we're talking about. All right, what was it? Now you go ahead. Get me all riled up. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
An opinion column, as is pretty much everything.
Well, that's all the current is an opinion.
No,
really. That like, guys, have you not seen that by now? There is no journalism at the current. You are not reading objective stuff. We have disproven just an ounce of what they put out. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, it's titled "More Spending, Less Debt." Here's how Boulet's budget compares to Guillory's.
All right. It is 2025, Jeff Daly. I'm not in office and I'm not running. I'm not a candidate. Like, why are you talking about me, buddy? And you're wrong, but why are you telling about me? All right, keep going.
Oh, I know why he's talking about you.
Yeah, well, it's and what he's going to try to position it, because of course the current has to come to the defense of the Blanco Boulet administration. They're going to say, oh yeah, Blanco's wastefully, or Blanco's spending money, but look, Guillory got us into all this debt.
Y'all knew this was coming.
Yeah, well, he's implying things that are incorrect. We're going to break it down. Bring a little truth. Go ahead.
So it starts last week. Lafayette Mayor President Monique Blanco Boulet released the proposed budget for Lafayette Consolidated Government for next year. For local policy wonks, this time of year is basically our Super Bowl with a fate of $800 million of public money at stake.
Yeah.
He continues, budgets are reflections of a mayor president's priorities.
Thank you, Jeff. You're right.
While also providing insights into how they want to achieve those goals.
You're wrong. It's numbers. And the budget message was a lie, and the CFO's message was a lie.
All right, y'all listen to this part.
This is gonna be good. All right. I haven't read this. And by the way, I'm hearing this as y'all are hearing it. I don't read tabloid journalism. Go ahead.
As this is Boulet's second budget, it's particularly interesting. The first budget of any mayor president is limited by the fact that they have less than 6 months to get it together. By the second year, a mayor president has settled in and can really start pushing LCG in whatever direction they think it should go.
Pause. Monique's first year, she spends 50-something million more than we did. Our first year, we inherit, and she inherits an economy that's rolling, okay? Rolling. Lowest unemployment in the state when we got out of office, man. We were rocking. Just let government do what government does and get the heck out of the way. Trust the folks. Our first year in office, we inherited a deficit. Then COVID hits. Then all hell breaks loose. And do you know what we did? We cut spending, Jeff. Did you report that, Jeff? Hey, Jeff, did you report that at the current? Of course not. They called me evil. They called Guillory. They called all of us. We didn't have a heart because we closed all these things that weren't working. We cut wasteful jobs. We got our budget in order. We stopped wasteful spending. We stopped deficit spending. Evil. I say responsible, but whatever.
Well, I'm going to abbreviate this paragraph. Just provide some context. He's thought he'd take a look back at your 2021 budget and compare them.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Of all four, you're going to choose that one, but go ahead. That's convenient, too. He'll say it's because it's her second budget, but it's not for. That's not why he's doing this.
Well, his subtitle says, Boulet has so much more money to work with.
Good, Jeff. Way to go.
It's not news that LCG's revenue has increased, but it was still eye-opening to see by how much. In Guillory's second-year budget, he only had $170 million in city and parish sales and property tax revenue.
Thank you.
Boulet got $262 million
to
work with. Almost $100 million more.
That's all. So the general funds are all through that. That's an economic tie. There's correlated. So you're welcome, Monique. Keep going.
Mm-hmm. In particular, city sales tax income has grown from $96 million to $144 million in the last 4 years. You're welcome.
Hey, also, guys, this is general funds. This isn't the tax increase that Monique did on you. And if you're living in Lafayette Parish, do you even know that Monique Blanco Boulet raised your taxes? Do you even know that? You probably wouldn't because it's never on the news. They don't report things like that. They only report on conservative Republicans, and they don't report accurately. Not these organizations, not the current and not the Advocate.
All right, one more sentence before break.
Probably the Advertiser too.
At the same time, Lafayette utility system has grown from $227 million in revenue to $296 million, which has increased the in lieu of taxes payment it makes to the city from $22 million to $29 million.
That's right.
And the city's general fund balance has ballooned from $27 million to 58 million.
There you go.
We'll have to take a break.
Yeah, we'll come right back and finish bringing some truth. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the Bill and A. Bear Studios, your hometown lawyers, right here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Hey, look, before we go back to Jeff Daly's half-truths, which is his M.O., it's all good, it's all good. Hey, just remind everybody, Leslie Turk's writing a story that this is all part of the smoke screen of the Blanco Boulay administration. She drops a budget that is absolutely just outrageously liberal, Democrat, wasteful spending, big government, all the things that we fought to get rid of. And in 2 budgets, just got us right back. Actually got us worse. Don't trust me on that. Go read it. It's right there. It's right there. So to hide that, they have some tactics. Democrat Party has some tactics, okay? So they work with their media, their mouthpiece. Well, Leslie Turk conveniently gets a copy, it's leaked, of the Louisiana Legislative Auditor's report. Well, there's only 2 people that could have leaked it. The Louisiana Legislative Auditor, which he often does, but Leslie Turk says he did not. Well, then that leaves the Blanco machine. Now, no, this is why I'm saying it. She didn't even know that we replied or that, anybody else replied. She only got the Legislative Auditor's BS, and by the way, newsflash, there's no new findings. How much money have we spent investigating and auditing, whatever you want to call it? How much? To say the same thing? And then 2 years after the guy gets out of office, they're going to come back 3.5 years after their first findings, and they're going to say, nothing new. And that's a thing. And then the Current's writing it. Boy, by the way, she reached out to me because she's going to drop the story tonight or tomorrow probably, or soon. And she wants to be able to say she reached out. That's why she said that whole other number. It's so childish. These guys are like junior high kids that are trying to get into the junior high prom. It's showing right now. It is showing your no, it's not even a lack of objectivity. You are lying. Jeff Daly, you are lying. You're telling a bunch of half-truths. That's lying. It's the same. Leslie Turk's flat out lying. I can go on and on. Keep on. Let's go with this lovely half-truth.
Can't stand you, man. You disrupted their apple cart.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
All right, I continue.
Yes, please.
Even the parish side of LCG's ledger has seen significant jumps from $6 million of sales tax revenue to $7 million and $56 million in property tax revenue to $70 million.
Well, that's her tax increase.
Unfortunately, it comes as news to no one that the cost of everything has also gone up.
Oh, yeah, Jeff, $100 million. Let's make the excuses for the Democrats.
As a result, so has LCG spending.
Oh, then how come it didn't happen when we were there? We faced increased costs, too. What I used to tell our suppliers, your supply chain issue ain't our supply chain issue. Keep
Wait for this one. From $630 million in total appropriations under Guillory to $803 million under Monique.
Why did he say 630 instead of 6707?
It's 2021.
Oh, 2021. Never mind. Dang it. I thought I got him on that. I take that one back. I was wrong.
Despite $170 million in additional spending, Boulet's proposed budget only includes 36 more employees, a total headcount of 2,268 compared to Guillory's 2,232. Government is often accused of never-ending bloat, so it's a good idea to see leaders holding the line when it comes to headcount. Though I know challenges have and still exist.
Jeff, $100 million can you add or subtract? I know it's hard. $100 million. And read that line again. This lady is spending $100 million of your money on nothing she can't even account for. What does Jeff Daly say?
He says it's good. Government is often accused of never-ending bloat, so it's good to see leaders holding the line when it comes to headcount.
Woo! If I would have had $100 million and I spent that and didn't have anything to show for it, they would have, rightfully so, had my head on a platter.
He just said it's good to see.
Yeah.
You having a bunch of bureaucrats with no reason for it.
No reason for it. Jeff, guys, this is the current. Like I'm telling you, you should not spend any money on a subscription to the Advocate or the Daily Advertiser. Now I hear the Current's teaming up with KATC too. Like really, what's going on with local media? Just try the truth. There's a reason why your numbers are so low, but that they are, and to their defense, I mean, they are the Current. They are a blog. Their overhead's low, and they do cater to that elite / Democrat left-wing crowd. Okay. They might make money, seriously. But if you're donating to the Current and you don't like this kind of stuff, I would reconsider your donations. You're donating to a crowd that spreads false and lies and evil. Quite frankly, it's evil to do what Leslie Turk has done to people. It's evil. It's evil what Jeff Daly does constantly with his half-truths, misleading people, dividing our community, These guys are not uniters. They are dividers, and their business model is on that. They don't want people like me or Jamie or you. And they don't want you. And they do not want anybody listening here on, well, most of us, in office. Because that gets rid of their gravy train. I mean, it's no, I mean, what's her name? Leslie Turk's husband just got a contract. I mean, constantly gets contracts from LCG. And apparently didn't do any work on one, so my administration let him go. What would you want me to do? Keep paying him? And then so there was financial reasons to write bad against me. Bad
You
about
think
me.
he might get that City Hall contract?
Gosh, they would be foolish if they gave it to him. After we've exposed them, they would be fools. But they're arrogant, man. They'll do it. They will do it. They will do it.
Man, we're gonna have to save the rest of this for tomorrow.
All right,
it's
good.
fun.
Hey, Jeff, come on the show. Come call in.
That would be awesome.
I would be awesome. I'd let him talk.
He could come in.
Yeah, bring your facts. But here's the thing. You're going to have to, when you organize the facts, make them like A goes with A and B goes with B. Don't put A with D.
And make sure to verify him, fact check him.
You're asking a lot of him.
You don't want to be embarrassed.
You're asking a lot of him. Hey, guys, do y'all think he cares?
No.
No, really. Like, do you like his half truths? Like, they're not fully truth. They imply things. He's saying that we raised debt or whatever. He doesn't know what he's talking about. One, the bonds were approved before I got in office by the folks. Two, you budget those things out. Three, we cut so much spending with that in mind. It's an overall budget. You use all the tools that are available to you. The difference between my budget and hers, we spent discretionary income on infrastructure, public safety, and actually improving the lives of our people. Not growing bureaucracy, not growing government, and where the hell did the $100 million go if all you hired was 32 people? You are full of it. All right, guys, thank you so much for being around, sticking around, listening.